Good morning, Year 7. Welcome to Assembly. I wanted to talk to you this morning about mental health. Now, there's a topic that we've looked at in values before school finished, and in those last few sort of crazy days before we left school, we came round and we had some conversations about what you can be doing while you're at home to look after your mental health. But 8 weeks in now, and I don't know when we're going back to school, just like you don't. Nobody does at the moment, but it looks like it's going to be a while yet. So I thought really important for us to revisit that idea of mental health. What is it? What can you be sort of looking out for in yourself and in other people? And what can you do to support your mental health to make sure you're feeling good about yourself? Now, first up, really important to acknowledge we're all feeling a whole range of emotions at the moment. It's entirely natural. Um, we might be feeling anxious and afraid because of what's going on around the country and around the world at the moment. We might be feeling stressed about the experience of having to take responsibility for sorting out our own work without help from your teachers. You might be feeling sad and frustrated because you're missing your mates. You just want to see your friends. To be feeling any of those emotions is totally natural. The area where I'd be a little bit concerned is if those emotions are starting to really take over. You're not feeling worried a little bit of the time, you're feeling anxious all of the time. You're not feeling stressed for a few hours while you're trying to work, but you're feeling stressed all of the time, or you're feeling sad, frustrated, depressed all of the time. And if you're beginning to feel that way, if you notice that you're feeling anxious, stressed, sad and frustrated all of the time, then really, really important, please do send me an email. Please get in touch. I've spoken with a number of you and I really enjoy the experience of hearing from you. It's great to check in. And actually, speaking to others, so important. So if you're worried at all, please send me an email and I will give you a call or I'll send you an email back, but it'll be good to be in touch. Now, thinking about what we can all do, not just those who are maybe worried about your emotions at the moment, but all of us can do to look after our mental health, not just now, but all of the time. I thought just important to sort of recap a few things. And first up, I think really one of the most important things for maintaining good mental health is connections with other people, your relationships with other people. And so, yeah, if you are worried, please get in contact with me. It would be great to hear from you. But also your friends. If you're not reaching out to your friends, if you're not in contact with friends that much, then really maybe that's something you should try and focus on. See if you can get in contact with friends, because that really just helps to sort of lift your mood, make you feel better about things. Next up, in terms of looking after your mental health, I think self-esteem is so important. As you remember from our values lessons, self-esteem is that's how you feel about yourself. If you can be doing things that make you feel good about yourself, then that's just really, really positive. And I think, that doesn't mean sitting there and eating a 12-inch pizza and a full tub of ice cream on your own. That does make you feel good while you're doing it until you feel sick afterwards. I think the things that make us feel good about ourselves are when we take on a challenge, when we help other people, when we put a smile on somebody else's face. It's amazing how those little actions can just really help us to feel good about ourselves. Next up, routine. Now, I'm struggling with routine at the moment. It's weird not having that regular pattern in our lives that going to school, going to work brings into our lives. And I'm sure some of you are struggling with routine a little bit in terms of when you go to bed, in terms of where you're working and when you're working. If you can try and get that routine sorted, if you can make sure that 9 o'clock in the morning, it's work time. You'll work out how long your first session of work should be, because you know how you work best. But having that routine, I start at this time and then I finish, that can really, really help you out. And yes, sleep, so important. I'm not going to say here, don't be on your phones, but don't be on your phones all night. Don't be gaming all night. You don't sleep and it makes you feel weird. It's not good for you. Last up, exercise. One of the sort of little rays of good news that we had last week was the fact that we can now exercise as much as we like. We can get out and we can enjoy the fresh air, go for a walk, go for a bike ride without that limit to how long we can be. So I hope that you're taking advantage of that. really, I come from London, and speaking to friends in London, I've realised how blessed we are, how lucky we are to live where we do, where we've got space that we can enjoy outside. So please make sure that you're getting outside, because a healthy body really taps into a healthy mind and can be such an important way to look after your mental health. I hope that you're all doing fine. If you feel that you're not, please, as I say, send me an email and it would be great to be in touch. Look after yourselves, look after the people around you, and I look forward to seeing you again next week.